Hey guys, so this part of the comic book haul that was from Thursday, the last Thursday of August 2025, this part are the $1.99 comics that you get at Super Deals at North Myrtle Beach. Just look it up. There's too many places around it I can't really describe. Before I show that though, I keep forgetting to share this, but you might want to head to your Ross. They had a whole bunch of Batman figures, which I'm normally not into. But when I saw this and I saw this, at first I was like, this looks stupid. I looked closerly and I was like, whoa, he's got a dome on his head. So this one was what caught my eye at first. I thought at first, oh, it's a Nightwing, big deal. Did have these cool things. Then I looked at his boots and I was like, wait a minute. This is not like any Nightwing figure I have. This is like him in the 70s. It looks like he's got the flaring boots thing, or whatever you want to call it, down here at the bottom. I'm not sure what time period this is from, but it's supposed to be an extension of the 60s Batman show. Like, I guess, like if it kept on running, I guess at some point Batman's sidekick Robin would have gone on to become Nightwing. Can anybody actually give me a time reference of when this was supposed to be? It was made in 2024. I got it for $5.99. But I was like, wow. And it really does look like him if he got older and he grew out his hair a little bit more of a kind of a early 70s hairstyle, the big sideburns, the longer in the back, kind of the defying the man. The huge flared collar is also a dead giveaway for the 70s. He looks like one of the guys in the Rapture movie from 1972. There's no time to change your mind. The sun has come and you've been left behind. All right, so yeah, I mean, I do have one of the Batman robots, and I do have both play sets, so I thought, now's a good time as any to get my own version of Batman and Robin instead of the traditional one. They also had the Robin that was freezing to death. They had two different versions of the Butler, which we all know is, of course, oh my gosh, I had a brain fart. I was going to say Jarvis for some reason. Anyway, they had him in black and white, and it had like a special sticker on the bottom at the front. I didn't really want either one of those. I have a very good one from the Marvel Legends or DC Comics or whatever they were. Now this one is Space Batman, because I was like, Space Batman, I like it. So he's not blue, he's more indigo purple. He's got these bat wings that are like, like the bat wing. He's got a dome head. It looks like very Jetsons looking. So I was like, oh yeah, you know what? That's really cool. $5.99. I ain't leaving it. Now, I did leave the Frozen Robin. They didn't have any of these. They didn't have Batgirl. I got her. They didn't have Catwoman or Joker. Like I said, they had the other ones, which... Alfred. My gosh, why can't I remember Alfred Pennyworth? They had Alfred Pennyworth in two different versions, which... I was like, you know what? I got a good one. I'm good. I'm good for them. Back when I used to collect the 6-inch stuff when I had more room, and now I'm fine without it. All right, so Action Comics Weekly. I got these in alphabetical order, so if you're wanting to see all the Z comics, you might want to go to the last video in this series. I don't know how many there's going to be. I try to do it 10 minutes at a time so we won't go brain dead like I do. Action Comics Weekly. Green Lantern learns the meaning of fear. I think he's really flying an invisible jet. All right, so Green Lantern cleans up. Now, these are thickies. These are nice and big. $1.50 originally. So $1.99 is not a bad deal. I mean, okay, so their $1.99 is big of a stretch for dollar comics, what you would normally see in a dollar bin. But I always try to go to the Player's Choice at first, kind of get a feel for what's really in the dollar bin. Then when I go here, I try to find things that I couldn't find at the other place or wouldn't be able to find. Dang, every time I open that door, bugs come in. It's like the cats just sit there, and I'm like, come on, kitty, come on, come on. And it's like, all these bugs are flying in. It's like, please stop letting the bugs in. Anyway, though it has 5 stories in it. Superman, Black Hawk, Secret Six, Wild Dog, Starman. I guess there's actually 6 stories, 48 pages. Pretty amazing. So there's a 20 issue spread between those two. Alpha Flight number 4 from the 4-issue limited series. This is a special. I'm going to have to find the other 3 now. I feel like the camera is way too close. Let me see if I can fix that. Let you see all the stuff in the background. Aquaman Time and Tide, number 2. Now, I actually liked the Aquaman from the New 52, so I've read like the first 7 issues, I think. But I read them in the back of those thicky books that were like Aquaman, $5. Walmart had like 4 comic books basically stuffed into them. The ones with the flat edges, you know what I'm talking about? They sold them at Walmart before the pandemic. I haven't seen really any of them since then. They kind of just dwindled out. Maelstrom, I think I've read this one actually in the back of one of his books. Sometimes you don't get comic books in, plastic thingers, these things, which I'm like, all right, whatever. But when am I going to see an Armor comic? I mean, really, we don't have comic book shops anywhere near me. There's a Marvel only one. Oh, look, it's got 2 sides. I got a cat rubbing up against my leg. So if I start giggling, it's not because I'm thinking about this. I've never seen this, but that looks absolutely freaking amazing. It looks like King Arthur meets Captain America. It's got the Captain America shield. It's got a really cool looking... That was not the first one I saw either. This is number 1. And here's number 3. I need number 2 to make all 3 issues. So, Avatars, Covenant of the Shield. The final battle. I thought it said final because the way the actual S's and F's looked the same back then. So it's like, I guess, a Scarlet Witch. I guess we got the Avengers here, basically. I'm not sure who the guy with wings is, though. Other than Archangel or Angel. Huh. So, yeah, that looks actually pretty darn interesting. And then Cloak and Dagger. I used to read this back in the day. I don't remember the Mutant Misadventures. It came along later, like 1988. But I definitely read the earlier stuff. Strike Force. There's this weird thing about going back and getting Image comics now. They were the hottest thing back in the 90s. Then they became like the cheapest thing you can get in the dollar bin, like the dime a dozen thing. And now it's like they're so rare. It's like, I don't know, it's like they're coming back up in my personal opinion, which may not be yours. And we got the Crusaders, not the Mighty Crusaders, but the Crusaders nonetheless. I have now issues 1 and 2. There's not that many of these as far as I can tell. But I really do dig the Crusaders. It was like the Justice League from Archie before the Justice League, I think. We know that S.H.I.E.L.D. is actually older than Captain America. Alright, since, again, Metarog likes Deathluck, I thought, here we go. I'll get Ghost Rider versus Deathluck. I think it's really the Deathluck comic. I used to read a good deal of the motorcycle, this version of him, back in the day. I used to read a few issues, but I wasn't that big of a... I didn't read it back in the 70s. Alright, now, I love Justice Society of America now. I know there's at least 2 other people out there that love Dr. Fate. And I haven't seen one of them in a while. And I'm trying to think of his name. I don't know why I can't think of it. I haven't seen him online in a long time. He used to comment on my videos. He must be really busy with work. But here's Dr. Fate number 4 from 1989. This was the series that I couldn't get as a kid because we didn't have comic book shops. This was only, I think this was a new comic. Like any of the ones with the Baxter paper, they didn't sell these at newsstands. There's not even a UPC. I got Dr. Fate. This is a creepy cover. But I got a good number of Dr. Fates while I was there. Ooh, Dark Side Means Death. Doesn't he look kind of like a monkey, though? Right there. The Final Fate. So we got Dr. Fate, and wasn't that his daughter or something that took on the mantle? And then there's the female Dr. Fate. I know somebody told me one time in one of my videos, like, who the female Dr. Fate was. And then this looks like more of a painted cover, but they went to this logo from the Jig Jaggedy logo. And I remember this one being way more artistic on the covers. I've not gotten into any of these yet to read them, but again, I love Justice Society, so I'll probably enjoy them. Sometimes whenever they get covers like this, it just makes me think, it looked too alternative when I was younger. Like, this is what the college kids are smoking weed and reading. And then this looks more traditional. It's not gold, it's more yellow. And it's back to Dr. Fate, the dude. All right, so there's a few things that we got from A to D. And thank you for adding to my life today by watching this video. And give me a comment below if you did. I'd love to hear from you because, you know, I know people do watch my videos. I don't know who's watching them. I'd just like to hear from you guys. Did you see anything in here you've read before? Let me know. If you've seen anything in here that I should read next, let me know. I've got like to read here. And I'm getting tired of waiting until I get a complete run. I'm just going to start reading at this point. I feel like and plus it's getting that time of the year again where I can go outside and just chill out, not be eaten by bugs and just read. Reading inside is fine. It's just the lighting is so much better outside. Even right now, I feel like my eyes are being by this LED lighting. So, again, if you see anything in here you like, I would love to get number 2 to this, though, before I start reading. There's just only 3 of them. But I'd maybe just go ahead and read number 1 anyway. You never know. I might be defiant. And maybe next time when I go, I'll find number 2. All right, have a great day.